What is up, everybody? This is a breaking news episode of Talk Dragon Ball. We're recording this right now at 10:30 in the morning on the East Coast, and very, 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 very late at night over in the other side of the planet. This is Big D with the epitome of geekdom, and joining me here, of course, is my regular Talk Dragon Ball. I guess you can call him co-host slash non-homosexual life partner. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Super Jayain, and we are talking about Dragon Ball Super. Yes, folks, it's real. It is real.
Mind blown. Never, ever did I think we would get another Dragon Ball series, and I am so ecstatic to hear this news. It's 12:30 in the morning over here, and I'm staying up doing this podcast just so I can speak about how excited I am about this today. It's great news for the community. I think it's a reward for the community. It's good.
I mean, there's a lot of unanswered questions right now. The first thing I want to say for everybody listening is, first of all, be again, like I've always said, be very careful what you read on the internet. There's going to be tons of misinformation coming out, tons of people who are going to be using clickbait here. This is somewhat of a clickbait thing, but the only difference is that I'm going to give you the legitimate 100% truth. I'm not going to bullshit you at all. I will never bullshit you. If you see a video that says Dragon Ball Super, it's going to be legit information. Or if it's speculation, I will say so. Same thing goes for you, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Guys, anything I post on my channel, I usually get through Big D here himself or vice versa, and whatever we get, we make sure we have a source for it. We don't make shit up, so...
So here's what we know. Let's talk about what we know 100%. All right. This morning at 8:30 a.m., Kanzenshuu put it up. Anime News Network put it up. Dragon Ball TV series has been announced called Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super. Not Dragon Ball Z Super. Dragon Ball Super. So this is not going to have the Z name at all. They're rebranding the show, all right? This is going to be debuting this July, and it's going to run as a weekly series at 9 a.m. on Fuji TV, taking the time slot of Dragon Ball Kai. So right now in Japan, Dragon Ball Kai the Buu Saga is airing. Once the Buu Saga ends, it's literally going to be like it was in 96 when GT started. The very next week, Dragon Ball Super will debut. The storyline is going to be written by Akira Toriyama. He's not writing the scripts, he's writing the basic outline. Other people will be writing the actual script, and Masako Nozawa has been announced as the voice of Goku once again. Of course, who else is it going to be? Obviously,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Gotta have Rio Horikawa then, man.
I was
Gotta
just gonna.
have.
That was my next point. Obviously, everybody's coming back. Mayumi Tanaka. I'm pretty sure the main cast is coming back. Maybe the smaller character voice actors might not. Main cast is coming back. This has got to be great news also for Sean Schemmel and for Chris Sabat because it's more work. I actually went on Sean Schemmel's Facebook and I told him, I said, good news, bro. You'll be Goku forever now because the sky's the limit at this point. And I really like Sean Schemmel, even though I have my issues with the dub, the original dub. The reason why I'm excited for this dub is because, much like with Kai, this gives them a chance to kind of start over again and kind of do it right from the beginning. They don't have to wait for them to redo this series. They're going to get it right. Sabat has a lot of power in Funimation. He's going to get the scripts right, the translation as correct as possible. There might be a few mistranslations here and there, like in Battle of Gods when Beerus did not tell Frieza to blow up Planet Vegeta, but you didn't hear it from me. And things like things like that. I think it's gonna be fun. But so more information. We're gonna talk about it here in a minute. Just so everybody knows, this was broken on the Dragon Ball SSSS website, which is the 30th anniversary website. Production has already begun on this first new series in 18 years. What we know is that as of right now, there's not going to be a manga, but there might be a manga adaptation later. We just don't know if there's going to be it's not going to be a manga first. So Toriyama's not drawing a manga on this one. He's just too old to kind of just draw weekly manga. I mean, if you read stories about this guy, he was really, really burnt out. Definitely burnt out by the time that this happened. So more information that we know for sure. It's going to be directed by Kimitoshi Chioka, who is he's worked on he was a storyboarder on Battle of Gods, but he's also worked on the Powerpuff Girls, Digimon Frontier. He worked on Saint Seiya Omega. He worked on several Heartcat Preacher, several different TV shows. He's an experienced director. He's going to be on the show. He's directing the show so far. He's the first director. We're probably going to get multiple directors as the show continues. Okay. Osamu Nozaka from Fuji TV, Naoko Sugawa from Yomiko Advertising, and Mutsumi Kido from Toei, who has worked as a production assistant producer on Dragon Ball Z. He is now producing Dragon Ball Kai. So this guy literally worked his way up from being a regular assistant on Dragon Ball Z to a producer on Kai, and now he's going to be one of the big figureheads behind this. So I'm happy for him that he got to move his way up like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm excited because this is like, it's a new era of Dragon Ball, and it's just going to open up so many more possibilities and what they can do with this franchise. Basically, the potential is limitless. Let's hope they really, really nail this series and do what the fans want with it. Like, no one's going to know. We don't know what they're going to do with it, but let's just hope it's something with it. They hit it out of the ballpark. I hope they nail this series.
Well,
Can't wait.
Here's what's exciting. The fact that Chioka's involved, I like that because Toriyama, when we talked about this on several other videos, Toriyama works best with a continuity editor. And if Chioka's going to be that continuity editor to tell Toriyama, okay, this is you can't do that because this contradicts this, or this is a plot hole, I think that's great news. I think that's how Toriyama works his best. If you look at the history of Toriyama, the two best storylines in Dragon Ball Z are the Frieza saga and the Cell saga, and they were both sagas that had heavy editing, I guess, assistance, so to speak. The Buu saga is when he kind of was left on his own, and there's a lot of story issues there. We'll talk about that in another video. Now it's like almost like a dream come true. So the first question everybody's asking, and Jay, we're gonna talk about this here, is when does this take place? What we know. The thing about this video is I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what we know for sure and what we don't know. Okay, 100% factual. What we know. It's going to take place in a period of peace following the Majin Buu saga, but there is no word on the specific time frame. So we don't know if it takes place before Battle of Gods. We don't know if it takes place in between Battle of Gods and Fakatsu no F, or if it takes place after Battle of Gods. After Fakatsu no F. We also don't know if maybe it takes place after the 28th Budokai. This may take place right after Oob. It's very possible.
It's really, really exciting, and there's a lot of possibilities there. It makes me want to watch Dragon Ball Z, and this is going to sound a bit silly, guys, but it makes me want to watch all of Dragon Ball Z and all the filler again, because it's kind of like we're having a new show without the manga being serialized for it. It's all just being made by Toriyama and put on the screen. It's going to be awesome. Like, it just makes it feel it kind of makes it feel like a more complete series. Hey, it really does. If they get this right, it's going to make the series feel more complete. It really will.
I'm just like emotionally just out of control right now, bro. Like, just totally I can't even believe it. Like, this is almost like a dream come true. And the beautiful thing about this announcement, right, is that this is going to give them the opportunity to fill in some plot holes that a lot of us have been critical about with Revival of F. Like, how did Goku and Vegeta attain SSJ God SS? The real name of that form, by the way. Check out the video on my channel about that. How did they achieve that form? We might find out through flashbacks, and we might see that. We might find out who the original Super Saiyan God is. We might find that out. We might find out more about Whis, and then the big one, the one that each and every one of you have been salivating for since Battle of Gods came out. The 12 universes thing may actually get explored.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I didn't want to bring anything like that up, but when I say the potentials are limitless, if they do this properly, man, could be the best Dragon Ball series we've ever had. It could be the best. We'll have to wait and see, but yeah.
They're going to have to, in my opinion, bro, I don't get your thoughts on this. They're going to have to really get creative with their writing, because you can't have it be like before where people die and they get brought back, and you kind of go through that whole, treading on thin ice thing where they kind of repeated themselves. They're going to have to really get creative as far as what they do. Now, we don't know if this series is going to overlap GT or actually lead into GT.
I was just about to bring that up, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think GT is going to be a factor at all. I think that's already been erased forever. I think, you know what would be cool, bro, is if they did something to where GT is like one unit, one, like they split the timeline off, and you know, with Ubu you've got Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball GT, and you pick whichever one you want to be the continuation, like the Zelda timeline, do something like that.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, because Dragon Ball GT gets a lot of unnecessary criticism. It's probably it is the weakest of the three Dragon Ball genres. It's weakest behind Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. But at the same time, there is a lot of cool concepts and there is a lot of cool characters in Dragon Ball GT. If they cancel Dragon Ball GT completely and kind of make it irrelevant to the point where it doesn't exist anymore, it's kind of a kick in the guts to the people who have collected and supported GT over the years. So I think that they shouldn't do that, but we'll have to wait and see what they do. That's a great idea. I would personally like to see them do a continuation from Z into GT. That might upset some people, but that's what I would like to see personally.
Well, I think GT's been erased. I mean, but again, yeah, it's up to everybody's gonna want what they want. Now, okay, I believe. Again, now we're talking about what I believe, and this is what we don't know, but this is what I believe. This is going to be taking place after Fakatsu no F, and I think the debut. I think that the debut of the blue-haired SSJ God SS form, I think that was purposely, maybe not purposely done for this. I'm not saying that they had the whole thing planned out, even though I did talk about with Moises and with you how Julian on Twitter was talking to somebody about a new series, and I was like, I wonder what this is all about. And I brought it up to you guys. I didn't make a video about it because we didn't get any real confirmation, but I was, I knew in the back of my head, I knew something was going on with Toriyama this summer. Well, here you go.
Yeah. As long as I hope, like you said before, I hope they get really, really creative with this new series. Don't copy and paste what they've done with Fakatsu no F. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about Fakatsu no F. It's probably going to be a great movie. I can't wait to see it. But don't do something like where you bring back Cell again, or don't do something where you bring back another form of Boo. You got to create some new characters, create a new story. You got to take it in a new direction. So they've got to be really original here and do something they haven't done before to pull in old fans and new fans alike.
They really do. They really have to. They can't just have it be like a villain shows up, just a bunch of people die, then Goku and Vegeta save the day and they get brought back. We can't do that anymore. We have to really figure. And I'm talking about they're going to have to introduce new characters. Like, for real, they're going to have to really introduce new characters. They're going to have to give the old characters something to do. Right, and not all of them. Like Yamcha doesn't have to do anything, but you know what I mean. Like I think you want to satisfy the Piccolo fans, the Gohan fans. If they write this show right, bro. See, again, this is all about good writing. If they take the formula from like Daredevil and Breaking Bad, and they kind of do some shit where they give every character their own episode. Like let's say they do an episode like where Piccolo goes off and has like his own quest, and they just focus that episode on just Piccolo, right? Then everybody's happy because all the characters get their own little like their own little time to shine. You know what I mean? Because you don't have to have them be a part of the main story. So I believe it takes place after Fakatsu no F. I think that these new forms are going to be prevalent in the series. I think they were debuted in the movie and they're going to be used in the series as well. Because to me, it doesn't make sense to do it in between the two movies, even though they could start it in between the two movies. If they want to get creative, they could have like the first story arc be in between Battle of Gods and Fakatsu no F, and then you watch Fakatsu no F, and then you get to, not season 2, but story arc 2. We also, one more thing, folks, we do not know how many episodes. Again, please do not fall for this. We don't know how many episodes this is going to be. It could be 50 it could be 10 episodes. It could be 10 episodes. It could be 15. It could be 100. We don't know. It depends on how successful it is. That's what it really comes down to. And even though we're all fans of the show and we want it to do well, if it doesn't do well, it's going to get canceled. That's the reality of the situation. I hope it doesn't happen. I don't think it will, but it is a possibility.
Yeah, well, that's it. In Japan, it's going to do well. I assume it will, to be honest. Japan loves
so.
Dragon Ball. Japan loves Masaku Nozawa, and they love Dragon Ball. So Japan, I think it will do well. It's whether or not in the international market as to how far it gets taken in the international market. Japan is gonna enjoy it for sure.
I'm just gonna be happy because we're finally gonna get. I think we're for the first time ever we're gonna get a dub. An English dub that's going to be consistent with what's airing in Japan. Maybe not exactly at the same time, but I don't think we're going to wait like 2 years for this dub. I think we're going to get it pretty quickly. So that's good. So let me ask you then, sir. What do you want to see? And this is a loaded question because now we're talking. Now we're going to get into speculation. What do you want to see? Because I honestly don't even know if I can answer that question right now.
Well, before I answer that question, just let me say that for those of you who don't know, I'm a massive Kai lover. I'm actually watching through the series again in Japanese right now, and I'm enjoying it very much. And for me, going into this series, it's really exciting because if I'm watching all of Dragon Ball Z in Japanese and then going into this in Japanese, I'm going to have a whole new relationship with these characters in Japanese. So I'm going to be seeing the series in the language that I've been watching it in. So I've followed the show for 20 years and I've never watched it in Japanese, and this is the first time I'm doing it. So I'm really excited. But what I would like to see in the show is no new transformations for Goku or Vegeta. I'm sorry.
Not right away. You got to hold off on that, right?
No more, yeah, because let's be real here. Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan is pretty epic, and it's pretty hard to get any stronger than what Goku and Vegeta are right now. I mean, they're gods. They're basically god level of strength. So give the lower characters like Gohan and Piccolo a bit of love, build them back up a bit. So you know, I want to see something for the other characters, and not to be I don't want it to be Goku time like GT was. Everyone knows that GT.
Right.
Everyone like kind of says it means Grand Tour, but everyone says it means Goku time.
Some people really want it to be Gohan time. That's what I've been hearing.
Yeah. Well, look, they could kind of play off the Superman thing with Gohan and make Gohan so he's like kind of the nerdy guy who's got a high paying job.
Superboy.
Yeah, but he's like he becomes really really powerful, and his whole glasses and suit and tie persona is just a guise. That's not actually who he is. But they could do that sort of branch off for him. They got to give Piccolo something to do. I personally would like to see if. Yeah, I don't know. There's too many things running through my head right now. It's hard to answer.
It's hard, bro. Oh, here's what I want. All right, I'm gonna give you. We're gonna play a little game here in a minute. I just want them to really think about what they're gonna do. Come up with a story arc, beginning, middle, and end, and then animate it. I want it to be well thought out. I want it to be well orchestrated, very methodical, and it has to be like a modern. Because this is no longer this now. This is not a '90s show now. Dragon Ball Super is a 2015 production. It has to be a 2015 production. We're going to get the good animation. I'm pretty sure we will. Will it look as good as it does in the movie theater? Probably not, but that's just how it was with Z. The movies always looked better than the TV show because the TV show was much less, less financially supported. What were you going to say?
If you don't mind me cutting in, I'd probably guess it would look something similar, probably a bit better. Not like the Kai intros, but it'll look a bit better. I think it'll
look like that, yeah.
Yeah, a bit better than the Kai intros. It won't look as like the Kai intros, probably look a little bit better than the Kai intros, yeah. But, sorry.
I can't wait for that first episode to drop, yo, and I'm telling you, I can't wait. And for all of you who are subscribers to this channel, help spread the word, not just to my channel, but also to Jay's. I will put the link as an annotation to Jay's channel, or I'll put it, I don't know if YouTube will let me, but I'll probably put it as at least in the description, subscribe to his channel, because we are going to be talking a lot about this for the rest of the year. I mean, this is the biggest story. This is the biggest story since the announcement of Battle of Gods, and in many ways it might be bigger. I mean, honestly. Forget the video games and shit. I mean, Xenoverse, that's all good, and that's all well and good, and that's the other thing, too, that with this TV series, we're going to get new games based on this series now.
Absolutely, yeah. The most exciting thing for me, though, is so many of the filler scenes in Dragon Ball Z were always smashed. Even by me, I always smashed them because they weren't written by Akira Toriyama. Now, this show is not completely done by Akira Toriyama. Now, he's giving them the basic outline of what's happening, but there's no manga being done for it. When I say it opens up a whole new way of looking at the show, I'm now watching through Dragon Ball Z again thinking, even though these filler scenes are still filler, technically, because they're not in the manga, I look at them differently now, if that makes sense to you guys. I really do.
Some are good and some aren't. I mean, that's it. Garlic Jr., not so good. Gohan with the robot, pretty good. That's my opinion.
Absolutely. So that this series, the fact that it's not being done in manga format, it just opens my mind up to a whole new way of looking at the franchise as a whole. I'm really, really excited.
Quammen said, in that video, is there going to be a Dragon Ball Renaissance? I mean, this pretty much solidifies it, because this means new video games, new toys, a new TV series, which could also mean more movies. I mean, this could also mean more movies, because they might do the thing where they put out a movie just like they did back in the day, twice a year. Dragon Ball Z had 2 movies a year come out every year.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Well, they got to get the show right first, and what you said, good opening, good midpoint to the story and then good closing to the story. They've got to nail this. They got to really do it justice for the fans, because the fans have supported this franchise for so long, and we never thought that we would get this. You asked us even when Kai was airing, if you asked us,
even a month ago we talked about
Yeah.
this.
Exactly. We never thought we'd get a new series.
None of us did, and when I say we, you're talking about like everybody, like all
Dragon
of
Ball
you,
community,
everybody, yeah, everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that's it.
Now, a couple things here. Like I was saying, I didn't finish my point. For the subscribers, okay? When Kai first came out, I figured out a way to watch it live. If I can figure out a way to do, and I probably will, to stream Dragon Ball Super, I will put the instructions on how to do it here, because technically that is not. If you stream a show from Japan, that is not pirating. That's not pirating, because it's airing on television in Japan. Okay, that's not piracy, and it's free. This is not a show that you have to pay for, like the movie. So if you subscribe to the channel and spread the word, I will. If I find it, usually it's like Keyhole TV or something. I will put up how to do that, but you can expect there to be episodes on the internet maybe 2 hours after they air. Will they be subtitled? Probably not, but who cares? Let's watch it. We'll figure it out. It's not that Dragon Ball's not that complicated.
Nah, keep your eyes tuned on anime websites like Anime Ram and all that sort of stuff, because even Dragon Ball Kai 2014 and 2015 is showing up on Anime Ram. So check all your anime websites that stream anime. It will show up on those websites eventually, because someone will put it up on there.
And it's going to be in beautiful HD quality, not like the movie where you have to watch it with some guy hiding his phone under a trench coat or whatever.
Exactly, yeah, that's it. It's going to be HD TV quality, so it should be good.
So we're going to end this right now with a little game that I just came up with. So I'm going to give you a story concept, and I want you to say yes or no to it. I'm going to basically, all right, here's the game we're going to play. I'm going to just rattle off. It's going to be like word association. I'm going to give you something, and I want you to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down as far as, do you want to see this in Dragon Ball Super, or do you not want to see it in Dragon Ball Super? Are you down for that?
Absolutely, let's do it.
All right, here we go. Brawly.
No.
Oh, it's unsubhed.
Sorry, Broly fans, but he's a cool character, but yeah, he's not the be all and end all of the series, and he's really not that great for character development wise, so he's not that good.
All right, how about this one? Tarble.
Yes, absolutely. For sure.
More science.
Be careful with that, because the number of Saiyans that survived Planet Vegeta's explosion was supposed to be small in numbers. You don't want to go too stupid with that.
We started with 4 and now there's like 7, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
Given a few of them are non-canon, but still, yeah.
Jocko.
Yes, he fits the universe. Absolutely. Yep.
A Vegeta Bulma sex scene where we finally see Vegeta lose his virginity.
Hey, come on, man. He's already bared 2 children. Well, as we know, he's already bared 2 children.
That video is coming very soon. All right, I got one. Super Pan or Super Brawl?
Wouldn't say no to that. That would be pretty cool. That would be
like
pretty
a female, cool. The concept of a female. Okay, all right. How about this one? Old villains coming back.
No, I'm sorry, but no.
All right. Not even for cameos. Like I'd be okay with Pilaf, like making a cameo.
Pilaf and stuff like that, yes. But I thought you were going along the lines of
like Frieza.
Frieza's come back. I'm okay with Frieza coming back, but Frieza's coming back now. Let's bring back Cell. No, don't do that.
Makaio Shin.
Could be interesting. Could be good.
Permanently killing off certain characters forever, like Yamcha and these guys. What do you think about that?
No, because they've had too much of a tie-in to the original Dragon Ball. And Dragon Ball, if you go back to Dragon Ball, Yamcha, Tien, the likes, they were actually really, really good characters in Dragon Ball. They just didn't get the development they deserved in Dragon Ball Z, unfortunately. So for all the Yamcha haters out there, I think he's a great character in Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball,
y'all gotta watch Dragon Ball.
Yeah, he's a great character. So no, don't kill Yamcha off.
All right, well, what about this one, the Force Awakens formula? How do you feel about this? And I want you to totally be unbiased about this. This is the Force Awakens formula. The show starts out being about Goku and Vegeta, but the torch is passed to a brand new cast of good guys. In other words, they segue from Goku and Vegeta into kind of like what they did with Gohan at the end of the Cell games, into a new set of heroes, whether it be Gohan, Goten, or somebody totally new.
Yes, but I would do it to maybe Goten and Trunks, because introducing a whole new...
Like adult Goten and Trunks, you mean?
Right. Yeah, because introducing the passing the torch down to a whole new generation that we've just met in this series. I don't think that's going to go down too well with the fans of Dragon Ball franchise, because they've become so attached to these characters. So even though I am putting my bias aside, you can't just bring in a new cast and expect people to love them, sort of thing. I don't think that would work.
Not right away, but they slowly bring them in, you know.
Maybe. I personally don't think it would work, but I think passing the torch down to Goten and Trunks, maybe, yeah, that could work for sure.
What about making Ubu one of the main characters?
Absolutely. Ubu was one of the characters that really didn't get the character development he deserved. He was introduced at the end of Z, but I'm talking about GT. Even in GT, he didn't get any character development in that. He had maybe 2 cool fight scenes in all of GT, so he needs more character development, yes.
All right, I got one now that is very controversial. It was actually a rumor for a long time for Fakatsu no F. Now they can actually expound upon it. And that's the other thing I wanted to say, too, is that people wanted these movies to have the 12 universes thing, but now with this TV series, it's much easier to do 12 universes because you have more time and more, it's more. It's not just a 2-hour movie.
Yep.
What do you think about the idea of Goku possibly turning evil and having Vegeta be, well, not saying Vegeta because I know you'll love that, but just the idea of Goku turning evil, what do you think? Do you want to see that or not really?
No, because I love Goku as the pure-hearted Saiyan that we know him for, and I think that's why Japan loves him, to be honest. So
I think so too. I think he's too iconic. I think he's too
yeah,
way
yeah.
too
I
iconic.
think that Japan would not like that, so I don't think they would do it because they really, at the end of the day, they do appeal to an international audience, but the audience they want to appeal to first and most foremost is the Japanese audience. That's where they get the popularity from. So they don't want to do that to Goku for the Japanese audience, I think.
All right, I'm gonna hit you with a good one now. I think a lot of the listeners are gonna love this one. Demigra.
I would love that because I think Demigra was one of the cooler villains in any Dragon Ball game. Not because he was original, not just because he was original, but also because I think he's a really cool character and expanding upon the universes and him being possibly one of the other gods. Mate, that would be amazing. I would love that.
The return of future Trunks.
Yes, do it. Just do it.
Even if it's just for a couple episodes to say hello, bro.
Yeah, Future Trunks is my favorite character besides Vegeta.
All right, I'm going to blow your mind right now, bro. I'm going to blow your mind. What would happen if Future Trunks and adult current timeline Trunks did the fusion? Would the character's name be Trunks? And I think it would be because Toriyama's wacky like that.
Could be. That's a pretty cool idea. Imagine if you actually said that in this video and it actually happens, that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trunks.
Yeah, you'd be hitting Toriyama up for royalties, going, "No, man, this was my idea. Give us something."
I could, even though then I'd probably get shot. Good likely. I can't really think of any. Okay, I got one other one for you. I was gonna say more time travel, but I kind of already said that with Trunks. A new planet. How would you feel about that? I don't know. That kind of goes with the 12 universes, though. That's not really a good one.
Yeah. How about this one? Introduce some new races with the 12 universes. Like, we haven't had any good races for a long time. Namekians are cool. The Tuffles had a small part to play.
You know what's gonna excite me, bro?
Yeah, what's up?
Seeing Whis and Beerus every single week. That makes me smile.
Absolutely, yeah. Beerus is probably one of my favorite villains. Beerus is in my top 3 villains, I'd have to say.
He's not really a villain. I don't really count him as. I would say he's an antagonist, but not an
antagonist. Yeah, no, he's up there though. Look, at the end of the day, he was going to blow up the Earth at the end of Battle of Gods, so at that stage he was seen as a villain. But yeah, no,
that's just his job.
It's his job, but at the same time, he's going to kill Goku and everyone else. Like, come on. So, yeah, I really like Beerus, and I think he was probably one of the cooler characters, and I really appreciate Toriyama. I think Toriyama put a lot of thought into Beerus, considering that he really thought about the Egyptian cat theme thing and his outfit, how he looks. It really works. It really fits the universe. It was new. It was original. They're the sort of characters I want to see in this new series. Characters like Bills and Whis that are original. They haven't been done before, but they fit the universe at the same time. Really well done characters.
All right, last one. Piccolo gets a significant power-up and becomes relevant again.
Hell yes.
Actually, that's not the last one. I have one other one, but go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, and I know Kwame would love that, so just do it.
All right, this is the real last one. The Adventures of Cop Krillin Arresting Thugs.
That's another good one. Yep.
You know what I would love, bro? Like, this would be awesome. Imagine if they did something like Gotham or something like this, where it's Cop Krillin and he plays Commissioner Gordon, and Great Saiyaman is Batman. That would be tremendous, bro.
That'd be cool. Yeah, it would be cool. No, that's a good idea. Do a little bit of playoff stories for each of the side characters. Like, give Piccolo a new role in the series, give Krillin a new role in the series, give Gohan a new role in the series, like you said. Be awesome. They should do that.
Yeah, at
give
least
them
those
the limelight.
three. And Tenshin Han looked pretty good in Fakatsu no F, the footage
Ten-
that we saw.
Tenshin Han, and give Yamcha some love. Stop picking on Yamcha. Yamcha's not that bad. Like, he sucks, and he does die more than anyone else in Dragon Ball Z, along with Krillin. But give him some more love. Like, Yamcha's not that bad. Stop hating on Yamcha all the time.
And Roshi also, she needs to do something too.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's going to do it for this little show we did. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Please check out Super Jayan's channel. We're all going to be talking about this here for the rest of the year. This is probably the biggest story. I mean, I already planned to put up shit ton of videos about Star Wars and Marvel, but this is going to, I mean, I don't even know. I'm honestly a little overwhelmed, but fuck it, bro. We got to do it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Subscribe to Super Jayan, please. He's going to be putting up some videos. He's got one up right now, a really good one about Darbara and Gohan, and was Gohan SSJ2 against Darbara? Because that's a big debate amongst the fan base. You will attempt to answer that based on both manga and anime sources.
Yes, I have used some non-canon material. I did use movie 10 with Broly and Super Saiyan 2 Gohan as a reference, but I did also state that was non-canon scenes. So.
And I don't think we're gonna have that many debates about that kind of stuff now with this new show, because the animation's probably gonna be a lot better. It's not gonna be like it's not gonna be like I don't think they're gonna have like 3 different or 5 different animation teams and like 2 of them suck. I don't think we're gonna get that here. I think they're gonna take their time with it now. With the way technology is now compared to how it was in the 80s and the 90s, I think it'll be a lot easier.
Absolutely, yeah. So I'm really looking forward to it, and all I can say is I'm really pumped, and I'm really appreciative of them doing that for the Dragon Ball community.
Subscribe, comment. I assure you that you're going to get more information from this channel than almost any other. And I say almost because you're on the line with me. If you weren't on the line, I would say every. But I respect you, so I'm not gonna disrespect you.
Thank you. No, yeah, we will only let out legitimate information. We have sources for, guys. You won't hear any bullshit from us.
And there's gonna be tons of it. I mean, once they announce, like, once they show the intro video, once they show a screenshot, it's gonna blow up, man. And we're all gonna have it here. And by the way, one other thing, Fakatsu no F is now up to $15.35 million, 1.83 billion yen. So validation indeed.
Congratulations, everyone. I think that's congratulations to everyone, man. Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, and I had somebody tell me Dragon Ball is niche entertainment. Well, no, he goes, it's a niche of a niche, and I'm like, well, it's a pretty popular niche. How about that? It's like saying sex is a niche.
That's it. Yeah.
All right. So, anyways, y'all have a good one. Thanks again for joining me, bro. And again, subscribe, comment, and also one more thing, if you want to tell us what you want to see in Dragon Ball Super, which I kind of know, I kind of have an idea because I had another video similar to this, leave a comment below.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you watching.
Catch you down the road.